Hi, Jack Davis.
Yes, hi, nice to meet
Hi,
you.
it's nice to meet you. My name is Rachel Lewak. I'm from NetSuite. I met Brock Davis the other. Thank you. I met Brock Davis the other day at our Georgia alumni game. He thought NetSuite might be beneficial for PTI.
Oh, very cool. How's the game?
It was good. We having a little bit of issues this year. Our kickers aren't the best, as you've probably seen.
Yeah, it's been exciting this football season.
Is it okay if I put my stuff down?
Yeah, completely. Make yourself at
Thank
home.
you. Well, I just want to set up the objectives for today. I was wondering if I could take some notes and ask a few questions in order to get a feel for how we could be helpful to you.
I'm all about efficiency.
Okay, well, here's some notes that I provided with some of the questions that I wanted to ask you, as well as just anything you really wanted to know about NetSuite. I also wanted to provide my business card. That way you could contact me at any time.
Okay, perfect. And then throughout the meeting, I might also take some notes myself. So.
Well, that's great. Thank you. I'd prefer, like, if you have any questions, I want to help answer them while I'm here.
Okay.
Okay? So, I don't know, do you know anything about NetSuite? Or?
I'm semi-familiar with it. I know a couple other companies have been using it, and the results have been awesome with them. So I'm not sure if it will really fit into my business model, but we'll see.
Okay, well, it is a CRM package, and we're just going to address, like, how it could help, because I know right now I've seen that you are actually growing. You add $168 million of growth, which is fantastic, and a 9% increase each year. And so, and I also heard from Brock that you're continually expanding to other states. He's really excited to go to South Carolina. Yeah. He loves those lake houses there. And so I found that really impressive for a company, and I really just wanted to establish, what are your future plans for the company?
Yeah, growth, of course, is definitely something on our mind. We're wanting to expand into a few other states currently, and then I know that we're wanting to, as we grow, continually grow our sales force. That's really what's pushing everything for us. So as we expand, we're wanting to really just push to everyone that we are providing a quality product and that we are providing a competitive price, especially against companies like Staples, and we just really want to be up there with them and kind of driving them out.
All right. Well, that is very much a quite ambitious goal, but it sounds very attainable. How are you managing with your current staff in this growth?
Well, to say the least, it's been quite chaotic. We're constantly moving, we're constantly growing, and right now, at the pace that we're moving, it's getting difficult to keep track of everything. It's kind of taking a lot of our time. We're getting pulled in different ways. Do you have a lot of experience even with companies similar?
Yes, I've actually worked with NetSuite for 3 years. I've been in the top 20%, and even this past year I was in the top 10%. And I've seen that other wholesale companies have had issues with growth, when they're growing, that it can sacrifice service delivery for short-term profits due to tracking system not being centralized across different functionalities. Have you experienced any of these concerns?
Yes. To say the least, we're going through a lot of those problems right now, and I would like to zone in on a few of those.
Right. Well, how difficult currently is your processing your growing movement across states with your current CRM package?
CRM package is definitely a loose term of putting things. We're using multiple tracking systems right now. A lot of information is becoming lost. There's really no way to centralize everything at the moment, so we're just kind of trying to figure out our way and kind of get rid of a lot of those inconsistencies and work out everything so we'll be a bit more reliable just to everybody in our company and without who we're dealing with.
Right. That sounds really a little frustrating with having to deal with multiple systems.
Yeah.
Other than tracking and impeding future growth, is there any other aspects of your system that you feel could use improvement?
Just really reliability on the inconsistencies, and then getting our sales force just kind of all on one page.
So what you're saying is there not a standardized template that is it causing, and could it be causing inventory discrepancies?
Yes, there are a lot of inventory discrepancies. Currently, things are getting lost, information's not being able to be tracked properly. So there might even be some difficulties that we're not even able to currently realize about.
Could this be, I saw your growth is actually, and Brad mentioned it, has declined to 7.5% this year.
Mhm.
Is that due to difficulties in maybe hiring new salespeople as you expand because of your current CRM package being difficult?
Yeah, getting people toned up on what we're doing is a long and tedious process. Our training is a good bit outdated at the moment, and I see if you have the numbers, everything of what we're running at, hiring around their schedule rather than what's convenient for us, and then getting stuff and promotions in the stores and everything because everything else is so backlogged. We're getting backlogged, and I just don't want to be pushed behind our competition.
That's understandable, of course. Well, how, if you have any complaints because of not meeting particular seasons, how do you track them in order to improve?
Um, there is really no good way of tracking. Customer complaints are definitely coming in, and some of the time we're not even realizing that those complaints have came up until after they've moved on to a different competitor, and that's because we don't even have a way of managing and tracking, keeping toned in on everything. So different people are dealing with different information, and they're not following up on it.
Okay, wow. I'm beginning to notice a little bit of a theme here with your current CRM.
So am I.
Well, you mentioned before, but does the lack of consistency among itinerary of salespeople and retailers reduce worker efficiency and cause territory confusion?
Yeah, as we are expanding, things are needing to become a bit more fluid, and since our salespeople are a bit lost and there is no way of seeing who is in charge of what and following up on that, our managers are getting a bit confused. I'm getting a bit confused, and we're just really wanting to keep our areas more defined so that they're able to grow to their full, just everything that they can do and really increase our sales.
That's very understandable. I mean, y'all are already at a very increasing pace,
Yeah.
and especially as you grow to your different states. By distilling growth, are you moving inventories on current accounts rather than increasing retail customers as you expand?
I mean, it's a hard, define what you mean by that exactly.
Like, are you too busy focusing on your current issues that you may be having issues looking for new prospects or the actual underlying problems?
I mean, there's currently no way to check that with just all the discrepancies and everything, and you just hope that my sales force is doing their best to keep track of everything and follow through fully.
How many times on an average week do you believe that you're like too busy focusing on entry data and like errors among the current CRM package?
If I guess if we're making 750 million a year and then we're at a 20% growth rate, if we're able to expand without those errors and just kind of really keep everybody being trained and up to date and just really let our stars shine, it would, I can't even put those numbers into fact. And I know that everybody would be able to really focus on things that not only in the business but at home, because I know a lot of my work life gets dragged into my personal life and it's just becoming a hassle.
Okay, yeah. I mean, you've also mentioned before that like training can only be held at their convenience. And I mean, how long can training undertake and can the complexity be deterring sales
I'm
force?
sorry. This is Ms. Davis. Oh, hi. No, it's definitely no. He needed a bath and a blow dry. No, you definitely have to make sure that you wash the face. Yeah, I know. That's why I sent him to you to wash his face. Okay. I'm currently in meetings for the rest of the day, but I should be there in around 3 hours to come pick him up. All right, perfect. Thank you.
Everything all right?
Yeah. I sent my pug to the groomers today to get his nails done and get a bath.
Oh, that's gonna be great.
Yeah. So, what were you saying?
I was wondering if the complexity of the training and also the amount of time it takes to train, because you said they always do it on their convenience, if that's affecting using of a standardized template, if it's affecting people wanting to use the package.
Nobody really at the moment has a standardized way, so there's no way to really track who's doing what, what's being effective, who's following up on what. So it's definitely impacting the business on a scale that I really can't be able to put it into numbers at the moment. I really have to sit down and pull up all the paperwork really kind of dive into that, which could take up to 8 hours a week.
Wow.
Hopefully.
Well, what advantages would you see from cutting down training time and having a skilled force with real-time data?
I mean, let alone just time and money, and then we could follow up on future leads and everything and just really kind of grow. And then maybe 8 states wouldn't be enough, and we'll be able to move past that and just really kind of drive out the competition.
How often does a decentralized system affect your short-term profits by impacting service delivery and employee morale?
Um, hmm, that's a really good question. With that one, could you rephrase it again?
I was wondering if we've been talking about growth and how you can continue, but with your short term, is any of it being affected by this decentralized system with like giving service delivery and making sure that your customers get what they need to get as well as your sales force?
Yeah, there's been a lot of complaints within our territories, and I'm having to be the one to go back and follow through. And because salespeople are manually taking their notes, I'm not able. Yeah, the distributors are getting confused, and there's just a lot of missteps that are going to have to go back and retake, and just a lot of information discrepancies that we're really having to work on right now.
Because, yeah, does any of that cause poor communication that could lead to maybe losing customers?
I mean, like I just said, we are losing customers at a rate that hopefully is not as big as somebody else or somebody smaller who can sneak up behind us. So we're just really wanting to keep a cap on that and hopefully in the future just completely rid that problem.
Okay. If you could decrease amount of calls and cataloging, and how many additional sales do you think you could grow to? Like you're already at 168 million. How would you think you could expand beyond that?
I have actually lost track of where you are in your questions right now. Could you just keep me up to date?
Okay, well, we're on the fourth page, the final page. We're just at the top. We're just addressing some of the ways of which I just want to kind of understand where you're at and like how we could possibly help you.
Okay, yeah, wow, you're really looking through this. I thought this was going to take a good bit longer than what you were saying.
Well, I know your time is money. You're very valuable to the company, and I want to make sure we can get it. And I want to make sure you'll have some time to actually work with NetSuite and be able to see and how to use it.
Mm-hmm. All right, sounds good.
And so, if you don't mind, I can go ahead right now and show you NetSuite and how it may solve some of the issues you may be having.
Do you think we have enough time with a program that seems to be as detail oriented as what you're saying today to be able to look at a few of these things?
Yes, we have a 99% user satisfaction. That is mostly because our training is just so interactive. It usually requires a week, and even for most people who aren't as computer literate, we can get them trained in around 3 days, is what we've seen. But we stay the whole week, so as we want to make sure people understand. It's very interactive, and we have a very good support feature. Like I said, you can message me at any time to get any help. And so I'm sure, like, just looking at it now, you could be able to see a little bit of what we have to offer.
Yeah, and I mean, I do hire the best that I could possibly get, so I'm sure if it is simple then, or if the training isn't quite as expensive, that we should get everyone caught up to date. There are not really many people on my sales force that aren't the brightest and not the best.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. It's whatever, good salespeople can be hard to find, but when they find, they're great. So
yeah, we take good care of them. We want to make sure they don't leave.
okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and log in right now. Right now we're looking at the salesperson's view, and the good thing about NetSuite is it's all project-based as well as how it's set up for others, and so like you can only see what you want people to see, and they can only see what you want them. So it's very interactive that way. And so yeah, no, I want you to get a feel for it as much as possible. So if you see the customer tab, which is right over here, we have a customer service section where you can manage and organize some of your customer grievances in order. You'll see them in real-time data, and customers can actually input their orders or input any issues that you have, so you will see them as they happen because it is 100% cloud-based.
So while I'm flipping through all this, it seems like it's pretty straightforward. Wow, I'm able to even see all your data sheets on here, and it looks like everything's easy. to input. Are people able to access this out on the field?
Yes, it's actually 100% cloud-based, as I mentioned, and that makes it's able to be on our mobile app, which I can show you right now. And it actually, as you see, like a lot of mobile apps can be confusing and not really look like it is as the website. This one is very cohesive with it. It looks exactly as shown.
So they're still able to access the data sheet,
yes.
so then customers could still input. Okay.
And they're also able to create their own kind of homepage. So whatever they want to see specifically, they can set it up so they can get alerts for it as well.
Oh, wow.
And so also the great thing about this is when they're inputting data, it creates a standard. We have a standard template. So you can kind of set it up how you want PTI to look. And that way everyone will input the same information in the same places. You won't have to spend hours, as you said, 8 hours a week or more, like looking for the data. Like it will be readily available in a standardized template.
Something like that.
Well, our price is actually very customizable, and I think it could be very scalable with your business. But we do range anywhere from we do it based off project based as well as the amount of employees. So as you continue to grow, it will be very scalable to the
So it will grow with me, is what you're saying.
Yes, it will definitely grow with you. And so there's enough customization and features that it will definitely be scalable and go with it as it grows. And we can adjust as well.
I didn't mean to cut you off. Is there a way that you would be able to go over and talk to my secretary about possibly setting up a meeting for next week when I can get you down here with a couple of my accountants and kind of figure out the costs and how it's going to fit into the business?
All right, yeah, I would love to do that. What day is best for you, or should I just talk with your
Talk
secretary?
with the secretary. She'll be able to figure out. She knows me better than I probably know myself. So.
And if you'd like, I can do some possibly demos with your Salesforce and be able to see how they could interact better on this and be able to deal with our projects and be able to input the right information to create unified standard.
That sounds great. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and when I come next week, I'll bring some of the paperwork so you can just kind of see how, like what you could be getting with NetSuite and how you would be best with PTI. Is that good for you?
That sounds wonderful.
Okay, well then it was wonderful meeting you and thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
I hope your pug is doing well.
I'm sure he is. Thank
He's
you.
probably enjoying himself.
Yeah.